prime time on the top game, it's a fine line. Man in the match, that's Daveye, he's the main guy, keep a close eye. Make sure you don't make no wrong play, cause I'm with Jose and Andre. When Cyrus comes to walk in, you better know that you are watching Premier League. Daveye, tell him what time we on. Prime time. Let me hear you say Premier League. Daveye, tell him what time we on. Prime time.
That's a banger.
Hello and welcome to Premier League Primetime, and he is back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very, very special guest. My bro, my good friend Cecil from Arsenal Fan TV. How are we doing, my bro?
I mean, things are good. I'll be honest. Things are right now. No football has been played in the Premier League. Obviously, it's a big game at the time recording tonight. But things are really good, man. I'm actually very grateful. Sorry to go a bit deep and philosophical, but just very grateful for this week that, you know, before the season starts, I've been back to back, which has been really nice. Just busy with stuff. Previews for this game was at a big event for BBC Sport last night with Match of the Day, meeting new presenters and looking at the way they're going to be changing and trying to, you know, incorporate the modern day, I think, fan media or modern day sports creators as well. So I was there with some good people, Micah Richards and I was with Wayne Rooney, which is obviously you guys' legend, but I can appreciate how good of a player he was. We had Alan Shearer there. It was really good. And then obviously I've just been, at time of recording just now, it's been officially announced that I'll be the PFA Awards red carpet live host, which is going to be really fun. Get to meet a lot of the players that, you know, I go around watching around the country. So I'm very grateful for that, which happens next week. So it's good. Like I said, no football's been kicked yet in the league. So right now, it's all smiles. Pre-season's always a good time as well. I got to go on a tour and stuff. So everything's been good. It's just the stress will start and the smiles and the bags under my eyes and things might change after this week. But right now, I'm happy, man. Things are good.
Well, I mean, you've heard him. You've heard Cecil himself. Big up member every single time. Go check out his socials. Go subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV as well. You've heard him. You just heard him. He's doing amazing things. So big on every single time. But now, to get into this preview, I feel like there's a lot to dissect. But firstly, starting with Arsenal. Before we really get into the actual, just the preview, let's talk about your summer transfer window.
Okay.
What have you made of it so far?
So far, good question. I think fans are looking at it, and I'll give you my opinion. Obviously, fans are looking at the left wing situation right now. I think that's the way where a lot of them are disgruntled. The fact that Eze, everyone wants him. I think everyone's a big fan of Eze, but he's looking like he might be heading towards Tottenham, which I think will break a lot of Arsenal fans' hearts, including mine. I wanted Eze over Rodrigo, and I actually still do want that. There's word that we're being linked to Rodrigo again, but I actually want Eze more than him. So far, the window's been okay. Obviously, like Mascara, I think is a phenomenal player. He's a young talent. He's very, very assured at the back. I watched him in pre-season. I watched him play right back, which isn't his natural position, and was very comfortable in that position. He's physical. He's very quick, and he's going to fit into this Arsenal side very well. Obviously, Saliba is currently holding his spot, but he's been brought in to be Saliba's replacement, and a lot of people are saying he's kind of ready already, which is, I think, a big statement, and that gives them, you know, it's a lot of praise for a young boy, and I think that was a very good, smart, shrewd sign-in. Obviously, we've got Kepa, 5 million, you know, the world's most expensive goalkeeper, but we got him for 5 million. I think as much as, you know, he's ex-Chelsea, he had a really good season. He had a really good season at Bournemouth. I saw him do a lot of the penalty saves in pre-season, and he's very confident in front in penalty shootouts. So another good, smart signing, especially with David Raya there. Obviously, Martin Zubimendi, you mentioned it before we went live, that I kind of just waxed lyrical about him on my social media. I didn't question his ability. I know what a good player he was. I mean, I saw him in the Euros final and whatnot, and I knew what player he was getting, but I didn't see it in pre-season enough, apart from that final game in the Emirates Cup, where he played Athletic Bilbao, where he was a player that played his own tempo and controlled the tempo of the game and just was aggressive in tackles, always in the right place, getting forward, bombing forward, having chances created, stopping chances for their team. He's a phenomenal player. I think he'll go under the radar. I think he'll be the one that actually is probably the most successful signing over the big one, which is Victor Gyökeres as well. Obviously, Victor Gyökeres I think he scored a header, which a lot of fans thought he wouldn't be able to do because he doesn't score headers regularly, but he scored a header, had a diamond header. I think he's a great signing. I think he's going to be the one that, everyone's going to be looking at, and he's got a bit of pressure on his shoulders. The fact that Arsenal's final piece to that jigsaw of winning silverware was always going to be a striker. Now he's here. Can he get it over the line? So he's going to be under a bit of pressure, but I think he's a quality player. Even before he was at Arsenal, his goal record's a joke, but watching him play in the Champions League when we played them, I could see, even though he had minimal service or minimal possession of the ball, you could see what he was, an old school natural striker, wants to run in behind bully defenders, has a good shot on him. So he'll do well at Arsenal because we had Mika Marino and Havertz scoring goals. I don't want to be too for them, but if they're scoring goals, then I'm sure Gyökeres can get at least 15. And then lastly, obviously, Noni Madueke, I believe that is the last one I can mention. Yeah, I'm happy with him. I think, and this is no like, now he's here. Oh, you're happy with him? You're just saying that. Arsenal fans, I was actually disgraced. I was embarrassed to call myself an Arsenal fan at the time of the amount of abuse and hate he got before signing. Petitions, #NoToMawakey, deface artwork around the ground because of a signing that I didn't think deserved that much hate and backlash. I just think I was actually astounded. I just thought, and everyone I spoke to said, yeah, he's a good player, but he's another Chelsea player, another Chelsea signing, which I get is frustrating. But if you say at least judge him. At least judge him when he's a player first. So with the window so far, I mean, the fact we haven't sold anyone of good value, with Chelsea are the best selling players, we aren't good at doing it. The fact that we haven't got a left winger yet, and I'm going to put into my argument as well, the fact that other clubs are doing such good business. I'm around about a 6-7. I might teeter, which is a bit of a madness to say 6, which is very low for me, who's quite a positive fan, but it's only because we haven't sold anyone. I look at the window as a whole. Of good value. So once that starts happening, which I think it will happen, and we might make one more signing, that 6 can jump to an 8 pretty quickly. If we get Eze, that jumps to, and we sell some players, that gets to an 8. If we don't get Eze and we sell players, that's a 7. But right now it's at 6 at the time of recording.
No, that's fair, and no, I agree with the Noni Madueke signing. Like on my socials, the amount of petitions that I was seeing, like the no to Madueke signing, it was crazy. But then again, I can understand the frustration. Like as you're saying, it's another Chelsea player. We know Arteta sings. Arteta has a thing for Chelsea players. I don't know why. But I don't know. I mean, a lot of Arsenal fans have been telling me that they feel that this is the left wing signing, in Madueke. Do you think that's the case, or do you think they'll still pull out another signing to strengthen the wing areas?
Yeah, they've played him there. They played him on the left wing, so I don't doubt that he might be that solution. But to me, he's not the solution. He probably came in as Saka's backup. But I think if the board look at it, and if they don't get a left winger in this window, and the team, that they will say Noni Madueke is that left winger, because we've got Max Dowman who can cover Bukayo Saka, got Ifeanyeri on that side as well. So there is actually cover there. So the left wingers were struggling. If we let go of Trossard, which is looking like it's going to happen very soon, you got Martinelli and Noni Madueke who are quite direct players, and that is a profile of that left wing. I just think, it's funny. I want Eze so much, but I don't think he's the profile that I want on the left wing. I just want him in the team because I think he's just such a superb footballer, and I'd pay to watch him. But yeah, I think you're spot on there, Dave. I think they would be saying, listen, you've got a left winger, Noni Madueke, you've got to find a way to utilize him. We've got him here now. Get the best out of him. And that I'm not going to be as angry as other Arsenal fans about that, if I'm being honest, but it'd have been nice to get, you've seen what Liverpool are doing in this window, potentially getting Mark Gay and also Isak. If they get that, I just think
that would be mental.
Exactly. I just think Arsenal, you got to keep going. You got to stay not even stay afloat, to stay in competition with these teams. You've got to have that much depth in quality. So hopefully that is the case going forward. But if not, I'm not super angry at the club.
No, and on Eze, it kind of triggers, I think a conversation to be had about Odegaard, looking at his past season. What are your expectations of Odegaard this season, considering, what we've seen from him the 2 seasons before this past season, how he's been phenomenal for Arsenal, but this past season took a massive dip in form. Do you think that signing a creative player to number 10 like Eze is that important, whether it's to compete with Odegaard, to provide cover for Odegaard, or maybe give him a kick up the backside that he needs?
Yeah, I think firstly, that end point you said there, the competition, I think, is always beneficial for players. I mean, look at Gyökeres and Havertz. Gyökeres is here. Havertz scored a goal I have never thought he was even capable of, outrunning the defender in the Emirates Cup, went way past him, and then slotted the bottom corner. Where back in the day, he gets a little nudge that he gets in that move and falls down. He didn't do that. So competition, I think, is always healthy. I've been a footballer. Competition can make and break you, if I'm honest. Some players aren't mentally strong enough to have competition alongside them. But for Odegaard, yes. I just think Odegaard, for me as a fan, is under a lot of pressure this season. I mean, the comments from Tony Adams not too long, well, literally yesterday, about, he should be, Declan Rice should be the captain, doesn't bode well for him, even though they're not going to listen to that. They're going to keep him as captain. I just think when your legends are saying that, there's a lot of pressure on him in that sense, because he's like, you're not modelling a captain of that day, even though football has changed. I think people want to see that sort of captain in an Arsenal shirt, like a Declan Rice, like a Tony Adams. But if you are going to be that captain, then you need to step up, and this is the biggest season to do it. I think he's under a lot of pressure because we have to win something this season. Every Arsenal fan knows that, and if Martin Odegaard does raise his levels to what we saw 2 seasons ago, hitting 15 goals, like if we get that Martin Odegaard back, even though I know he's a phenomenal player, I'm aware of that. I think Alex McAllister was talking about him recently. They were studying him for the way he scans the ball, and he's one of the best in the world at doing it, like scans and gets information on the pitch. I just think if you can do that and also add goals to your game and become the main creator for Arsenal, and pioneer us to some trophies, be that captain that gets us over the line, which I think is what captains should be really doing by affecting the game, then yeah, we're good. But if not, he's under a bit of pressure. I think Eze would help him, because I think Eze is quite a versatile player. He can play across the whole front three plus in the middle as well. But I don't see him, because Odegaard's the captain and Arteta likes him loads, loves him actually. I don't think you'd see him miss too many games. Or as in we'd start majority of the games Martin Odegaard. I think Eze would have to be, if it was directly for that position, he'd be off the bench. Eze, so yeah.
No, definitely. And as you were saying, I think that if Arsenal bring in someone like an Eze, or maybe if somehow Ethan will get more minutes this season, because I like Ethan. I think he's a very good footballer.
Very good footballer.
And as special of a talent as Max Staumann is, the lad's only 15. So, I don't think it'd be the best idea to, put him straight into the first team. I think that's a player that Arteta needs to be very careful with, and how he eases him into the first team. But speaking of summer transfer business, before moving to the next part of our preview, Manchester United, from a neutral point of view, what have you made of our summer window so far?
Very good. For a team that has no money, and they say, Man United broke is different to everyone else's broke. I mean, I think you've done extremely well. I think you've been, I say extremely well. I think you've been naive in the Sesko signing. Not that you got Sesko, but the price. But I think I'm only saying that because we moved away from that. We didn't spend that much money before.
The strikers were supposed to be the other way around.
Exactly.
We all thought it was going to be the other way around. We would get Gyökeres, you would get Sesko, but it turned out to be the other way. It was the other way around.
Exactly, and I just think I think Arsenal done a really good job at getting the money they want to pay for that player. Listen, it may bite us in the backside on the game when we play you on Sunday. Sesko may score, Gyökeres may not, and then everyone will be laughing and pointing at us. And then I'll say fair enough, is that it was great business from Man United in that window. But I still think Sesko's got a lot to learn, and I think that price that they demanded and got out of you guys, I think was inflated. But you're Manchester United, that's how you guys do. You do this. You can go through the catalogue of from Falcao to Ibrahimovic to. You can run through all the big
all of them.
You paid money for. So I just think, apart from that, like Cunha and Mbeumo, as much as I don't think Cunha will gel well with Bruno, and I don't think it will work. I think those players are Premier League proven and have got amazing quality. Also, I did a show with this week with Hums, the Man United fan, and he was telling me the top 3 creators are now at Man United of last season. So, I mean, yeah, you've done well. You've done well. I'll be honest. I think I'm not gonna come here and lie. I think for me, I always talk about Premier League proven players. That's always my benchmark. Always get my go-to. You have to be Premier League proven, and you've got that. Bar Sesko, you've got that. So got good players there. If you end up getting Believer, oh my God, I'll be very. And Donnarumma is very unlikely. But if you get Believer in there, you start to look.
That would be mental.
Yeah, you start to look a little bit worrying. Not worrying that like, okay, you're going to be back up and challenging, but like I expect. I've done.
We're a long way from that.
Yeah, I've done monologues on Man United because I think they're a bit deluded in the sense of the rebuild is bigger than you guys think. Listen, I know your training ground now is phenomenal from what I'm hearing. I think there's been some major improvements, but I think a full rebuild takes time. I mean, we went from 8th to 5th, and that was like 3 seasons that really annoyed me because we weren't really back challenging. But I thought we moved quite quick in that transition, that progression. I think United have got so many holes to fill that it will take longer. However, you pick up a Believer and you add it to the squad you get, you slowly start to climb back up quicker than I initially thought.
No, definitely. And that's a player that if we don't, we have to break the bank and get this player now. Because that if he stays at Brighton for another year next summer, especially a World Cup summer, it's going to be a bidding war. So
break the bank again, though. You keep breaking the bank.
Jim's got his thing with all these installments and all that.
Yeah, fair.
It feels refreshing to know that we're not throwing 80 million just straight away up front for a player, but we're actually doing a structured deals in installments. And I think with the Cunha and Mbeumo, I mean, when you look at our attack last season, I mean, it's not that hard to improve on, with all due respect to Garnacho and Haaland, which both of them will surely be on their way out.
Where's
Garnacho?
I know that
AC Milan on loan.
Wow.
And Garnacho wanting Chelsea, as he's made that abundantly clear.
Yeah.
But we needed to significantly improve in our attack, and we have done that with those 2 players. And especially with the price that we paid for them, or what the total package will be. You look at the market, especially Madueke for 53 million total package, Alanga for 55, Kudus for 55. So paying a total package of 70 for Mbeumo, it's not great, but when you look at the market now, it's Mbeumo is, I'd probably say, more proven and a better all-round footballer than probably most of those names I've just named. So, and for what we need, and now he's someone that is not just going to cut inside and shoot; he will create. And I think this will also benefit Dorgu as well, because Dorgu actually now has someone to combine with in Cunha. So I think that will help him as well. And the same with Ahmad going into this new season. But specifically looking into this game, in preparing for this match, the 11, what 11 do you think Arsenal, or what would your 11 be for Arsenal going into this first match of the season?
Okay, what do you want? Do you want what I want to see, or do you want what I think Arteta's going to go with?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe a mix of both, I guess.
Okay, so David Raya, I'll keep it brief. David Raya in goal. The fullbacks, we had a big argument on Predict 11. We did a video on this yesterday. It will come out tomorrow. Sort of what I want to see and what I don't know. What I want to see, actually. Timber right back, Miles Lewis-Skelly left back. It could be Calafiori and it could be Ben White. But I just think when it comes to the winger threat that you guys have, I think you want to go with your strongest defenders. And for me, that's Timber and Miles Lewis-Skelly. Centre-back pairing, obviously, so Saliba and Gabriel. That'd be a given. Midfield 3 of what we saw against Atletico Bilbao, Zubimendi, Rice, and an Odegaard. in the midfield three. Up front, Saka on the right, Gyökeres up front, and then on the left, I mean, he's going to go with Martinelli, Arteta, but I want to see Noni Madueke start there, actually. Trossard's still injured. So that is the 11.
And you make a good point with the left-hand side, and with Martinelli in particular, I think he does better when he has someone that's overlapping him and also covering him. I think Calafiori, Martinelli work well together. There haven't been too many times I've seen the Lewis Skelly, Martinelli left-hand side really worked all that much. I think there's more balance with when Calafiori's there. But I mean, if you're going to go with someone like Madueke, then I guess, Lewis Skelly, you have someone that will, yes, do the inverting thing, but Madueke and his work rate as well, I think will still be, I guess it will still be good enough to make something out of that partnership. Looking at this tactically, where do you think you could get most joy out of Manchester United in this game? Where do you think we can be targeted?
It's quite simple. That midfield, it's a mess right now. There's no believer there for you right now. So that midfield is a mess. I don't know if he's going to go with Kobe, which he's not been a fan of, and I don't think he will go with him. So it's looking like, I don't know. Is Casemiro still there? Is it Casemiro?
Yeah, it's still. I don't like any of the midfield combinations that we've got. None of them are great. They're not. They've all got their individual problems, and you will most likely, Bruno will. We know Bruno is going to play, and then it's probably going to be one of. It's going to be one of Casemiro or Ugarte. Yeah, it's really not. It's really not great. It's really not great.
Yeah, so with the midfield we've got, with the improvements we've got as well, like I just think that's what I'll be targeting with that midfield. I think we win the game in midfield, if I'm honest. They say some matches are won from the in midfield, and I think this is a game where we're going to have to try and expose and utilize that. So hopefully that is the case come Sunday. But yeah, that is it. That is the place to go. That is the place to attack and to hopefully dominate. Hopefully. I just remembered something I was going to mention. I was talking to a few Arsenal fans the other day about Bukayo Saka in particular, and unless if someone's been living under a rock, Bukayo Saka, of course, is the guy. He is I don't know if I'd say Mr. Arsenal just yet because. But he's a star boy. He is a star boy.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be generally thinking Tony Adams, Thierry Henry as Mr. Arsenal, but I guess for now, Bukayo Saka is Mr. Arsenal. But some Arsenal fans have been telling me that they think that he might drop off, whether it's significantly or whether it's just a small blip or drop off, in the sense that we know how much Arteta plays Saka every single game. In the sense that he almost never gets rested. He plays every single game, and up until now there hasn't really been cover for him. Either that or Arteta hasn't really tried to look for solutions unless forced upon. And also with Gyökeres, when I look at Gyökeres, especially in that Sporting side, a lot of the goals that that Sporting were scoring were just channeled and funneled directly through him. But it wasn't really him facilitating for, whether it was Trincao or Pedro Gonçalves or the other players in that side. And I think with Saka, do you think that could potentially be a bit of an issue in the sense that we may not see as much, at least from a goals point of view, as much output?
From Saka?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think due to obviously last season's injury record, I just think this season he's ready and raring to go, and I think he's gonna hit heights. I think the fact that I watched Odegaard. We heavily go down that right side, and as much as teams know that, it is hard to stop because they are phenomenal players down that side. Like the Martin Odegaards of this world, Zubimendi now can facilitate that. If anything, I'm trying to figure out how we utilize the left side more. So I don't think Saka's goals will dry up. I think he's raring to go. I think it being a World Cup year as well, that he's going to be pushing to get good numbers to hold his spot in the England setup.
No, 100%. And not that it would be a significant drop-off, but I do worry a bit for Bukayo Saka. Because of being a down Man United supporter. It's funny because with my own panel, apart from our beloved Sirius, our also fan co-host, it's always me doing the most defending for Bukayo Saka from the rest of the panel. I'm a big fan and admirer of Bukayo Saka, but I do, in a way, fear for him a little bit because, as you mentioned, it's heavily reliant on that right-hand side, and he's done such a brilliant job in being able to have all that pressure on him for countless seasons, and he's delivered every single season. I just do worry that maybe not if, or maybe it's when, I don't know. If he happens to have a drop-off, that we may not see, the heights that Saka's been hitting. But, I mean, he's obviously going to be the danger man.
He'll be the danger man. I mean, I don't know if there'll be a drop. I mean, he had a drop-off last season. So I just feel like now he's due to bounce back. I mean...
Yeah. And that's because he was injured for, most of the season anyways?
So I don't think there'll be a drop. The quality of the players is so high. I mean, like I'm the one that stands up for Rashford. I think more than anyone, Marcus Rashford.
We do, yeah.
I know there was a drop off throughout his career a lot of time, but I just feel like Bukayo Saka's strength is actually consistency. So I think it'd be very rare to see him drop significantly in his performances. But we'll see. Keep defending him though. Appreciate that.
No, I'm a footballing man before anything else. Got it. Keep it real. And he is the shining light and probably the biggest strength that Arsenal got. But in contrast to strengths, where do you think Arsenal are weakest, or that they can be exposed mostly?
That's a good question. Where do I think we can be exposed now? That's a good question. So I'd always say target new signings because they won't feel ever embedded into the club quick enough. So I always looked at when I play football, I was trying to expose people. It's obviously back in the day, but like players that the team aren't familiar with. However, that can't work with us. I think professional games to our high level is where we can be exposed. Oh, wow! I don't know why I'm finding this so hard because we do concede goals. I think set pieces, because I don't know, against Tottenham, we obviously lost 1-0 in pre-season, but we got absolutely bullied on every set piece. They scored from
wow.
Set. Well, no, actually, a couple of substitutes, but they almost scored from like 3 set pieces in a row. Like they had 3, one hit the post, one hit the crossbar, I think, one David Raya was on the ground and it got blocked. Set pieces. I think we were dubbed as the best set pieces last season, but I think we can be very much exposed to them. I think that's kind of the only. I think, and I watched Spurs against obviously PSG. I don't know why I keep going to Spurs. I just feel like they used to be really bad at defending set pieces and stuff, and now I feel like they've made
awful.
Yeah, now I think they've made it I've made a point of trying to improve just taking them and being effective from them. So I think if you get a set piece and you get it right, especially with Sesko being in there now, I think that can cause us problems. Apart from that, I don't really know. Our weakest side is the left side, the left wing, but that's attacking, it's not defending. So defensive, I think we're very defensively sound, if I'm being completely honest.
I am a bit surprised that you mentioned set pieces. Of all the things, I feel like that's been one of Arsenal's biggest strengths, considering last season. I feel like I'd see a set piece coach on the touchline more times than I'd see Arteta.
No, 100%.
Why the camera always pans to the set piece coach? I'll never know. I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
It became a thing, and now everyone's doing it. Every broadcaster does it when as soon as the corner is given, they cut to him, which is it is what it is.
And we are awful from set pieces and as well, and it reminded me of something funny that I just remembered. I think it was when we played Southampton at home last season, and they got a corner, and right before the corner, right about when the corner was going to be taken, the commentator goes, I forgot who it was, commentating for the match, but the commentator goes, Southampton have scored from a set piece all season and for almost half of the season prior.
And they scored.
The moment he said that, before the corners even take it, I'm just like, watch, they're going to score. And of course they scored off that set piece.
I do remember that. I do remember. Yeah, I watched that game. I forgot who was in commentary.
If not for Ahmad, we would have lost at home to Southampton. And yeah, but I'm glad last season is behind us, because that was mentally difficult for me to go through as a Man United supporter, having to watch that every week. And I do offer my apologies to the Arsenal fan base for my football club failing to do what we were supposed to do and preventing Tottenham from winning a trophy in that cup final. Which
very annoying, very annoying. But it's okay. They didn't win the Super Cup, which is good. Thank God.
Oh, in typical Tottenham fashion, only Tottenham could be up by 2 goals, and then what? Within like 5-7 minutes at the end of the match, just perform the most typical Spursy capitulation that you'll see, and lose on penalties as well. That was mental. But I think you make a good point in regards to your left hand side, because I think our right hand side, I think, is actually stronger than our left-hand side, looking at whether it's Mazraoui, and then you have Ahmad, assuming Ahmad will play, and Bumo on the right-hand side. As much as I really like Dorgu, and I think there's a really good player in there, I think that he's still very raw.
Wait, they'll play Ahmad right wing back, right? Not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Amram's hell bent and obsessed with the 5 at the back. So Ahmad will play at wing back. I actually think the system stifles him a bit because I think Ahmad is, when given the freedom to actually play in the attack. I mean, we saw last season how good this player can be.
Yeah.
You saw how good he can be, and I'm a big fan of Dorgu, but as much as I like Dorgu, he's still very, very raw. However, I am excited for what I saw from him in preseason, though, and I think there's a good player in there. But I was hoping, which I don't think we will, given our prioritization of Bellingham and then a goalkeeper. I do think that wing back cover or depth for him to compete or cover him and Ahmad would be nice to have, but I have full faith in Dorgu that will have a good season, hopefully.
Dorgu's a good player. Dorgu's a very good player. I think he'll have a season. Very good player.
Mm-hmm. I rate Dorgu highly. Although, as much as I particularly rate my centre backs. I like De Ligt. I think De Ligt is a really good player, and we really missed him, as well as Xerxes in that. Towards that end of the campaign, especially in the Europa League final as well. But as much as you got De Ligt, you have Lenny Yoro, who are good players. Mazraoui's always a steady Eddie, 7, 8 out of 10 every game. That goalkeeper is a problem, and I feel like
your keeper,
especially with how Declan Rice will. He's not afraid to shoot from range. I feel like that's going to be. If also just take shots from outside the 18. I feel like definitely wouldn't rule out if Onana does play another hour, which I feel like that will be problems if he starts and goal. But I don't know. I've heard he's been out injured for the long term, But we really need a new goalkeeper to make all Man United fans feel more safe and secure in the back. And now that I just recalled, before I forget, going into the next segment of the show, how could we forget our beautiful combined 11 for this match? What formation should we do for this combined 11?
4-3-3, surely.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
actually, sorry. You play. Actually, do you know what? You're the host. It's your show. You choose that because you don't play 4-3-3.
No,
I mean, even whatever formation you decide, it's going to be tough to get some of your players in. I'll be honest, but
no, yeah, I feel like it will be near impossible to get. If I end up getting 2-3 players into this combined 11, I'll take it. But yeah, it's funny because all the players that we've got, they've all been shoehorned into the system. Like even Dorgu, like I feel like would be more comfortable in the 4, as well as Mazraoui has done it in a 3 at right-sided or left-sided centre back. I feel like he's better just as a right back. Sure, why not? Yeah, we can do 4-3-3, a 4-3-3, a 4-2-3-1. Going into this combined 11. Before I forget, the team that I would like to see Manchester United field for this match, I almost forgot. But it's Onana, Bindier in goal. I mean, take your pick, but if I had a preference, I'll go Bindier, I guess. In goal. And of course, big shout out to Bindier for the FA Cup. Don't think I forgot about that FA Cup. That FA Cup tie. It's like the only thing I can celebrate last season. Also, big shouts to my guy Xerxes, waving the Arsenal fans goodbye. Beautiful night. We'll never forget. But with this 11, I'll go Bindier in goal, assuming that De Ligt's healthy and available. I'll go De Ligt, Lenny Yoro, and the left-sided centre back is tricky. Because of course, you have Luke Shaw there, who's still at this football club. You got Aiden Heaven, which I think I said it last time around. £1 million for Aiden Heaven is a bargain. So thank you, Arsenal, for that. Who else? Who else we have? We have Luke Shaw. We have Aiden Heaven. Think we have Mazraoui who can play there. I think the manager will probably go Luke Shaw. I'd go Aiden Heaven. I'd go Aiden Heaven with this game. I really, really like Aiden Heaven. And for me, he's a player that whether you play him in a back 3, a back 5, back 4, I feel like that's a player that he can slot into that left-sided centre back role, whether he's in a 2 or a 3. And from what I've seen from him, especially for that run of games that he got, was very, very good. And then all of a sudden, he got that nasty injury against Leicester. Then just never saw the pitch again. After that, even when he came back, which I was astounded that the manager didn't even try to reintegrate him. But is what it is. And of course, Lissandro the Butcher is out injured. Again, surprise, surprise. But I would go Aiden Heaven.
Okay, interesting. Fair.
I would go Aiden Heaven, but I think, and for that, I know the manager will go Luke Shaw. But I would go Aiden Heaven for this match. The wing backs, I think it's self-explanatory. I would go Dorgu and Ahmad. However, seeing how defensive this manager has played, and especially when he first arrived, I was saying, why not try, because Garnacho isn't creative enough. He's not, technically he's not intelligent enough either. So why not just play him as a wingback? Play attackers as wingbacks. Why not have Garnacho and Aman as wingbacks? But he would play Mazraoui and Dalot for the first 10 games at wingback, and it was so boring and pragmatic and defensive. It was not what I was expecting. But if he plays Dalot, I won't be surprised, but I'll be disappointed. But I'll assume that he'll go Dorgu and Ahmad. Then, like we were saying earlier, that midfield pivot, it's such a mess. Which I'm hoping we get Baleba, man. Which it's Bruno and then one of Casemiro and actually, you know what? I think he might play Bruno maybe further forward because Sesko's only just arrived, and I have a feeling that the manager won't play him. If he plays Bruno further forward in the 10, then I won't be surprised. But if it's my preference, then I guess Bruno and then probably Casemiro, I guess, because I trust Casemiro on the ball more than I trust Ugarte. So I guess. And playing Kobe in that double pivot just doesn't suit him. He's better going forward. Then that front three. I would absolutely love to see which some of the Man United fan base has renamed our front three BBC. Yes, the acronym for Bale, Benzema, and Cristiano Ronaldo has been spoofed for our new front three. I would love to see Sesko and Buma and Cunha start, but part of me thinks I don't think Cunha will start. So if I see a Bruno or Mount in that front three, I won't be surprised. But that's the team that I'll go for. Nice. But going into the combined 11, do you prefer 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1?
What you decide. It's your show. I'm easy. It's not going to be my players anyway. They can play very well.
Yeah, why not? We'll go 4-3-3.
Okay.
Regardless.
Okay,
yeah,
in goal.
as you were saying.
No. Yeah, right.
Now you're taking a piss.
Yeah, right.
David Ryan goal. I don't think there's any arguments about that. I don't think even the so-called top Reds can even argue that one. And if they try, then they're lying to themselves. I'm sorry. At right back, you got what? You got Jurgen Timber, Ben White, and then for us, oh yeah, we don't even play with right backs. We play with wing backs. So it's one of, I guess, you got Mazraoui and Dalot. So I think that's
Timber. Look, we'll make this quick. Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, centre back pairing, in my opinion. I mean, Maguire, there's not really much argument there. Left back. Who's your left back option? Left wing back options? You got? Is it Amazon?
Dorgu? It's literally Dorgu. Yeah,
Dorgu is good. Marzio Skelly is just. I think they're quite similar. I just think Marzio Skelly is definitely ahead of. At this stage. The midfield.
Oh, I almost forgot. Who's still at the club? We still have Tara Malacia. Yes, he still exists, and he's still on the books. No, he's still here. He's still there, which. I do feel sorry for Malacia in the sense that technically he's a good player, but it's just that those injuries, and it's not like Luke Shaw where he's been constantly injured for near enough 10 years, still a relatively young player who's he just had an awful injury, and I remember I feel like the first match he came back, I feel like it was against against Arsenal. And he's done a decent job with them.
Well, yeah, he did. He was rapid. He caused us problems.
He was thrown straight into the deep end. I thought Saka was going to have him on toast, but
he had
done a decent job.
Yeah, one of his best. No, he was quality. I was shocked. But
it seems Malacia will be out the door. Which I've always said, look, if you don't get a left wing back, why not for me, it wouldn't be a terrible thing to reintegrate him into the side. If we're stuck with him, we may as well, use those that we've got rather than having no one. It wouldn't be terrible. Same with Anthony. My preference is that he goes, but if no one buys him at right wing back, he was doing a job when he was given the chances to play there. So I mean, as depth, why not? If we end up being stuck with them, But no, I like Lewis Skelly, and I think it's a full Arsenal back four, back five,
Yep.
comfortably.
Midfield, I think it's quite self-explanatory. I think it's actually no, Bruno over Odegaard. I'll give you that. It pains me to say it, but I'll give you that.
Yeah. And as you know, and as a lot of those who know me know, I am one of the biggest critics of Bruno for the overseas, because we all know the kind of player that Bruno is. He has his strength, he has his weaknesses, but my biggest issue with Bruno is that when it comes to when we're facing adversity or when the match is not going our way, he loses his head, and then you start seeing, the self-destructing Bruno, where he'll just start pinging passes and the Hollywood long balls as well, just into nowhere, rather than just, and which I like about Odegaard that I don't like about Bruno. Odegaard, not just technically, but he very much likes to link and to combine with players, which is something I'm very critical of Bruno for. But it's all because it's strange because Bruno may disappear for like most of a big match, but then at some point he'll pop up with a goal or an assist and may peep over the cracks a bit, but he'll contribute something a good amount of the time. So, but yeah, I'm and like you said, getting any players into this team, I will gladly take, because there are not many. There are not many that I will take, or I will get into this team. So
I think after the form of Odegaard last season, I think Bruno, I'm happy to concede that. That's fine. Front three is interesting. I mean, Saka,
the right-hand side is self-explanatory.
Yeah, Saka, we don't have to say too much about that.
Honourable mentions and shout-outs to Ahmad, though.
Yeah, I like Ahmad. If we could put him on the left, that'd be even better. But Saka, Gyökeres on up front, in my opinion. My opinion, humble
That's
opinion.
Fine.
Left side, I mean,
I'll take Cunha. Cunha's better than Madueke, and he's better than Messi.
Cunha, I'd love him. I know he plays on the right. Oh my god, Jesus. All right, whoever player you put in there, I can agree with.
No, yeah. I mean, our left hand side options, it's Cunha, and then you Mount, and then that signing in of itself is a problem. Despite him being, I'm sure he's a lovely guy. He seems like the character that everyone loves to have around the dressing room. But that deal to sign Mason Mount, letting De Gea needed to. I won't have this revisionism with De Gea. He was declining, and yes, I'd stand by him needing to go. But that other manager spent 50 million on Onana, and then 70-something million on Haaland, and those three, Onana, Mount, and Haaland, was supposed to be like the spine of our team.
Wow.
Eric Ten Hag. Whenever the next edition of on DR Sports for FCM court cases, I think Ten Hag might need to make an appearance as a special guest, maybe.
That's fine. I can pitch that to them and let them know.
I'm sure Cams will be all. I'm sure Cams will be all for it. But no, I think Gyökeres is better than Sesko. I mean, I had my own issues with Benjamin Sesko, in the sense that when it was Sesko or Watkins, seeing the Premier League proven theme, I'd always been saying, especially how Aston Villa are in they're in a bit of a financial troubles right now. They still need to sell someone. And we could have, I know there are reports saying Villa want 60 million for Watkins and all that, but really, we could probably negotiate 40, maybe 45 mil for what? And we have, proven Premier League striker for 3 seasons. Which as Sesko, with Sesko, despite the potential that he's got, that price tag was just a big problem. But as long as we're paying, but as long as we're paying in the traditional Ineos installments methodology, you know what? Maybe it's not all bad, but I preferred Watkins, cheaper deal to do. But we'll see with Sesko. We'll see. And then last but not least, score predictions.
I've gone 2-1. I've actually gone 2-1. I've gone it'll be a close game. I've gone
2-1 to who?
Not to you lot. If I'm honest, no. Do you know what? It's funny. Yeah.
Hey, yo.
I said that quite confidently, but I'll be honest. I'm quite nervous for this game. I'm not nervous. I just think I'm excited for the Premier League to start. That'll be our first game. I also think, I don't know, it could be 1-1. It really could be 1-1. I said on our preview that I think United will score first, and then we will have to just claw it back. I think it could be 1-1, but I'm just hoping that Arsenal pull it together and it becomes 2-1. So yeah.
No, yeah, and on our season opener, even my fellow Man United host predicted 2-1 to Arsenal. But even though it's funny because as awful as we were last season, and and as many 3 points as we were gifting out to teams every time they came to Old Trafford, and making every side that came to Old Trafford look like prime Barcelona. I don't know what it is with you lot. Yes, you got that one win, yes, in COVID season. But every time you come to Old Trafford, it's just, I don't know what it is. I mean, your record at Old Trafford is there to be seen.
Well, we won 2 games ago at your place. Not last season we drew, the season before. Where it was raining.
Yeah.
1-0.
Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
Easy now, Dave.
Fair enough. Oh my God, was it? Oh yeah, that was the goal that Trossard scored, and then and then because we had who Garnacho and Haaland up front. There's no creators, so yeah, also more than comfortable in their low block. And that's one thing I'll say. Manchester United, if there's any message I can give to these players, do not concede early. If we concede early, I feel like it's going to be a wrap, because I feel like if there's any team that can just stink the place out for what, 90 or so minutes, it is Arsenal. I feel like more than any team in Europe. I think that they are capable of it. But I was quietly confident. I'll go 2-1 to Manchester United, but if it goes badly the other way, I won't be surprised. But I don't know. I'm quietly confident, given the fact how I felt like it was 2 points dropped in the match last season, in our worst ever season. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. But there you have it. That has been your Manchester United versus Arsenal preview. Of course, always such a pleasure and treat to have the legend himself, Cecil, back on Premier League primetime. It really is so. Big up yourself and big up my guy every single time. Go check out all of his socials. Go check out all the brilliant work that he's doing as well. And please, for all the football fans out there, I know you probably see this on your socials a million times a day, but please go subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV. Go subscribe. They do great things over there. And anything else before we end off the preview?
No, that's it, man. We'll see you Sunday, and that's it. Thanks for having me back on your channel, man. Good to see you, Dave, man.
Absolutely brilliant. And for the viewers, we will see you in a post-match reaction, and hopefully it will be me wearing not my reading glasses, but a pair of shades. But we will see. We will see what happens. But for the viewers, take care and peace.